The physical universe is sustained by exactly 26 uncompromising mathematical constants. Alter any one of these by a microscopic fraction, and reality fails. Stars cannot ignite, chemistry cannot occur. The cosmos remains a sterile, formless void. These constants define the unchangeable settings of our world. They dictate the speed of light, the mass of an electron, and the specific pull of gravity that keeps our atmosphere in place. Physicists are currently debating whether these numbers are arbitrary accidents of nature, or if a deeper mathematical principle dictates their exact coordinates. We live in a shockingly narrow window. From the fusion in the sun to the biology in our own cells, complex structures exist because the math sits on a razor's edge. To see the scale of this precision, we look to the cosmological constant. This is the energy density of empty space, the force driving the accelerating expansion of the universe. This chart shows the gap between what quantum field theory predicts and what we actually observe in the cosmos. The prediction is off by 120 orders of magnitude, the largest discrepancy between theory and observation in the history of physics. If this constant were slightly larger, the expansion of space would outpace gravity before matter could clump. Stars, galaxies, and planets would never form. If the constant were 0 or slightly negative, the universe would have suffered a catastrophic collapse back into a singularity almost immediately after the Big Bang. The precision holds at the atomic level too. The strong nuclear force binds protons and neutrons. Increase its strength by just 2%, and the early universe would have fused all its hydrogen into helium. Without hydrogen, water and life are impossible. From the macro expansion of the dark energy to the micro binding of the atom, the universe balances on an inexplicably tight mathematical tightrope. The most striking example of this balance is found in carbon, the chemical backbone of all known biology. In 1953, astronomer Fred Hoyle reasoned that because life exists, there had to be a highly specific, undiscovered energy resonance in carbon nuclei to allow it to form inside stars. He calculated the exact energy state required for this fusion. Experiments later confirmed the Hoyle state at exactly 7.65 million electron volts, precisely where he predicted. Hoyle spent his career as an outspoken atheist, but he later wrote that a common-sense interpretation of his own discovery suggested a super-intellect had monkeyed with physics to allow carbon-based life to exist. This resonance creates the appearance that the universe was expecting observers, leaving science searching for a mechanistic cause that fits the observed math. Our grip on these numbers is fragile. In May 2026, a decade-long study to measure the gravitational constant, g, concluded with significant uncertainty. Even after 400 years of study, we only know its value to 5 significant figures. To explain the fine-tuning of these constants, some propose intelligent design, but this framework is not scientifically testable. It offers no falsifiable predictions and raises the question of who designed the designer. Others point to the multiverse. This suggests our universe is one of an infinite landscape, most of which are sterile. We simply happen to live in a lucky anomaly where life is possible. The multiverse currently lacks physical evidence. Critics argue it commits the inverse gambler's fallacy, assuming a long history of failed dice rolls just because we happen to see a double 6 in front of us. A third option, explored in a May 2026 study, is mathematical necessity. This posits that 26 is the only configuration that allows a self-consistent universe to exist. But even if the math is necessary, it doesn't explain why that single consistent state is life-permitting. All 3 frameworks currently fail to provide a complete answer. This impasse led physicist John Wheeler to propose the participatory universe. He suggested that the constants of physics are linked to the necessary presence of an observer. This diagram shows Wheeler's proposed loop. The math of the universe allows minds to exist. Those minds give rise to science. And science, through observation, participates in the ongoing creation of the universe. Whether the cause is a lucky multiverse or a participatory loop, the 26 constants remain verified and unexplained. We exist because a handful of hyper-specific numbers sit exactly where they do.